Hello everyone, this is Harshini, Assistant Professor, Triple Department, IRA Hyderabad. Okay, so today here we are in Network Analysis Lab, and today we will be performing the experiment of Thevenin's and Norton's theorem. Okay, so our Thevenin's theorem is stating that in any linear and bilateral network of number of voltage source and current source and other resistors are can be replaced with a single voltage source in series with a single resistance. And this voltage is nothing but our open circuit voltage, or it can be called as Thevenin's voltage. And this resistance is also nothing but our R Thevenin's resistance. Okay. So finally we are going to calculate the current across the load resistor. Okay. So now, so for that one, this is a circuit diagram we are going to be considered here. Okay. This is a circuit diagram. So which is having a supply of 15 volts and 3 resistors are connected, 82, 40 ohms, 47 ohms and 150 ohms, and this is nothing but our load resistance RL. So this will be varied, and this resistance what we are going to do, we will be connecting at the last. Okay, so now if we come to the procedure, so in the statement itself we have said that, so how many number of voltage source or current source and other elements so are replaced with only VTH and nothing but are replaced with only resistance voltage, are replaced with only equivalent voltage source and equivalent resistance. Okay, so now we are going to see how that equivalent voltage and equivalent resistance are being calculated. So in order to calculate this equivalent voltage, so that equivalent voltage, since now we are doing in the Thevenin's, so I can call this as a Thevenin's voltage. So how we are going to do, so just what we are going to do, just we are removing the terminals of this load resistance, and in the place of this load resistance we have to connect the voltmeter. Okay, just we have to connect the voltmeter, and that shows the Thevenin's voltage. Okay, that is nothing but our equivalent voltage. Okay, and in order to get the equivalent resistance, so what we are going to do, so just we are making this voltage source as inactive. Okay, not voltage source, we can say that energy source. Okay, we are making the energy source inactive, and just finally we can connect our multimeter and we can check the RTH. Okay, so nothing but from the second step we are going in the first step we are getting the Thevenin's voltage, and the second step we are getting the RTH, and finally so now this VTH and RTH are being replaced in an equivalent circuit. So that equivalent circuit is called as your Thevenin's equivalent circuit. Okay, so this is nothing but in the first step whatever the voltage we have got, and this is nothing but the Thevenin's resistance, and here this is a load resistance which we have seen in our main circuit. Okay, so finally for this particular last Thevenin circuit, so we are going to calculate the current. Okay, so this is a what thing we have learned in our statement. Okay, so the same circuit we are going to connect in our breadboard. Okay, so now this is nothing but our breadboard connection, which is having 3 resistors, so which we already have seen your circuit diagram, 3 resistors, and for 3 resistors what we are going to do, we are going to do this power supply here. Okay, power supply here, and this is nothing but the power supply here which we are going to connect here, and now this is nothing but our voltmeter in order to check the Thevenin's. So now we are connecting here. Okay, so now what we have to do, we have to just switch on the supply, and here we have taken the voltage of difference voltage of supply voltage of 15 volts. So what we have to just switch on the supply, and now just adjust this knob to 15 volts. Okay, adjust the knob to till 15 volts. Okay. Okay, this is nothing but exactly now the input source is giving us, for this particular circuit the source is given of 15 volts. So now this is nothing but the voltage which we have seen across the open circuit. Okay, so we have removed the load resistance, nothing but that particular terminal is called as your open circuit, and across this open circuit we are calculating the resistance. So indirectly speaking, this we can call as Thevenin's resistance or open circuit voltage. Okay, Thevenin's voltage or open circuit voltage. Okay, now what is the voltage value we have got, so that we have to note down in your practical table column. Okay, so this is now our first step. What is our second step? Now our second step is to calculate our RThevenin. Okay, so for that what we have to do, we have to switch on the supply, and in place of this voltage source, just we have to make the voltage source inactive. So already we know how to make it inactive. So voltage source is made inactive by making it a short circuit. So short circuit is nothing but connecting a line which is having a 0 resistance. So now we have to remove the voltmeter here. So just we can take the multimeter. Okay, we can take a multimeter and we can connect here. Okay, so this is nothing but we have short circuit the voltage and we have not disturbed any resistor here. Just here in place of RL. Okay, so just we are now down in the RTH value. So nothing but here we are getting some 100 ohms. Okay, so here I have got some 100 ohms as my R Thevenin's. Okay, so this is nothing but R equivalent also you can call, and this since we are doing in Thevenin's, so therefore here we are getting some 100 volts. Okay, this is my R Thevenin's voltage. So it is around 90. So it is around some 100. Okay, it is maintained stable at 92. Okay, 92.9. So we can consider it as 93. So this is nothing but our value of Thevenin's resistor. So this one we have to note down in your notebook. Okay, so in the first step we have got the value of VThevenin's. Okay, VThevenin's the value is around some 0.8 point something, and now we have got the RThevenin's, that is nothing but around 100 ohms. Okay, so now we have to just replace our circuit. Okay, we have to just replace our circuit with equivalent voltage source. Okay, equivalent voltage source. So which we have got in the second step. Okay, so and 100 ohms. 100 ohms. Okay, this 100 ohms nothing but this is equivalent voltage, nothing but VThevenin's or open circuit voltage, and this is nothing but the value around 100 ohms which we have seen in the multimeter. And now finally we have to connect our 100 ohm resistor, that is nothing but our R in series. Okay, so now what we have done now, we in the first step we have got R Thevenin's, and the second step we have got, sorry, in the first step we have got V Thevenin's and R Thevenin's. So now we are replacing the complete circuit into Thevenin circuit. That Thevenin circuit is nothing but equivalent voltage source in series with the equivalent resistance in series with your load. Okay, so finally we are going to calculate the current. Okay, so what was our VThevenin's value? So it was around 8 point something. So that one you have to check from your table column. And now if you are giving the Thevenin's voltage and we are connecting the two resistance in series, nothing but this is our load current. Okay, the formula for load current nothing but I is equals to VTH. Okay, VTH by RTH plus RL. Okay, so VTH is equals to 100 and RL is equals to 100. That is nothing but load resistance. Okay, so this is nothing but your load current. Okay, so this is all about your Thevenin's circuit. Okay, and next we will see our Norton's theorem. So this is nothing but so now we are going to discuss about our Norton's theorem. So Norton's theorem is stating that in a linear bilateral network with a number of current sources and voltage source and resistance can be replaced with an equivalent circuit source which is consisting of only current source in parallel with the resistance. Okay, so now the value of current source is nothing but the short circuit. So whatever the resistance which are load resistance which are removing here, so calculating the current across this resistor and equivalent to the resistor. Okay, and finally calculating the load. So that is nothing but load current. So this is nothing but statement of our Norton's theorem. So now we are coming to the practical point of view. So for that case, what I'm going to do, I'm just considering this one as my circuit diagram for this Norton's theorem. Okay, so this is the same circuit diagram for Norton's and Thevenin's. 15 voltage source and 82, 150 and 47 ohms. Okay, so the same thing. So what here previously we used to have a load resistor here. So now what we are going to do here, in place of load resistor, just we are connecting an ammeter. Okay, so the value of current which is shown in the ammeter is nothing but Norton's current. Okay, and this is nothing but our first step. Okay, first case or first step. And the second step, what we are going to do, calculating the Thevenin's resistance. Sorry, Norton's resistance. So Norton's resistance is same but nothing but, so making the energy source as inactive, and at in the terminals of the load resistor, so you just connect the multimeter and you can just note down the value of the total resistance. So that resistance we are naming it as an Norton's resistance. So from this case we have got the Norton's current, and from this second step you have got the Norton's resistance. So now what we are going to do, so this complete circuit now we are just replacing into a Norton circuit. So in which we are having a only single equivalent current source in parallel with the equivalent resistance in series with the load resistance, which we have connected which was present in our starting of our question. Okay, so that we are connecting here, and now just we are taking the value of the value of the current which is passing through this load resistance. Okay, this is nothing but same procedure which are followed in a Thevenin's theorem. Okay, So this is the same circuit diagram, 82 resistance, 47 and 150 ohms, and this is nothing but our RL, which is of 100 ohms. So now what we are going to do, just we are removing this 100 ohms and we are keeping it aside. So now what we have to do, we have to connect the supply voltage here. And now, so what we have done in the Thevenin's across this open circuit element, we have calculated, we have seen the voltage. Okay, so that voltage we have set it as a that voltage we have set it as VThevenin. So now in the Norton's, what we are going to do in the open circuit, in the open terminal, so we are connecting the current and just we are noting the value of that current. So that current we are naming it as a Norton's current. Okay, so this is nothing but our first step. We are going to do the same thing, nothing but connecting the ammeter here in the open terminals. So now we have to give the supply. Okay, so in the supply, the supply voltage is given till 15 volts. Okay, now please adjust the knob till we get the 15 volts. Okay, so now it is exactly 15 volts. Okay, so now we have given the power supply and this is nothing but the current which we have seen across this open terminal. So therefore this is the current, we are naming it as a Norton's current. The value of Norton's current nothing but 93.4 milliamperes. Okay, just we have to note down in our table point. Okay, so this is nothing but our first step. So what is our second step now? So we have to switch on the supply and we have to make the energy source. Okay, not only the voltage or current, so now we have to make the energy source in inactive mode. Okay, so making energy source inactive is nothing but current connecting a short circuit wire here and just remove. No need to there is no use of any ammeter. So just you can take your multimeter here. So now what we have done in the second case, and for the second step, in order to calculate the Norton's resistance, so we have to make the energy source into inactive. So here my energy source is voltage source. So in order to make the voltage source inactive, short circuit. Okay, so this is nothing but short circuit. So now across this load terminals, just you connect the multimeter terms. So what is the Thevenin's resistance you are going to get there? 102. Okay, around 100. Okay, so 100 ohms is nothing but my Thevenin's resistance. So in the first step you have got Thevenin's current and the second step you have got Thevenin's resistance. Norton's current and Norton's resistance. So now what you have to do, you have to replace the complete circuit into Norton's current in parallel with the Norton's resistance. So now we have to remove all these elements. So now this is nothing but our Norton's circuit. Okay, Norton's circuit is nothing but already we have stated in our statement. So whatever the circuit it is, so completely the final circuit is nothing but the Norton's current replaced with a Norton's current is in parallel with the Norton's resistance as in series with the load resistance. Okay, the same thing we are doing here. So from this power supply we are connecting the Norton's current, that is nothing but IN, and this is nothing but RN. So which we have seen a multimeter, that is nothing but around 100 ohms. So I have taken here 100 ohms, and this was our RL which we have removed in the starting. Okay, and now I am calculating the load current. So current across this load resistance. So now what we have to do? So what was our Norton's current? My Norton's current was around 96 milliamperes. Okay, so therefore here I am just setting it into 0.9. Okay, so nothing but around 96 milliamperes. Okay, this is nothing but around 0.9 amperes. Okay, so now across this one, so now I can see my load current. Okay, load current is equals to 46.2. So now how we are calculating in the theoretical is nothing but by using the current division rule. Okay, so opposite resistance by sum of resistance into total current. So you know what is a total current. Okay, now this is all about our Thevenin's and Norton's theorem. I hope you all understood this Thevenin's and Norton's theorem. Thank you.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.